Good morning and happy Tuesday. Welcome to Smart Impressions. I'm Rachel Muleman, your host from the Bizz Advisors. And today's episode is very special because if you are stressed, if you are overworked, if you feel underpaid, or if you feel like the world is hitting you from all sides, then you're going to want to stay tuned. With me today is the founder and CEO of Bloom & Key, Bettina Koester. Thank you so much for joining me. Hey, Bettina.
Hey everybody, I hope you're all well.
Awesome. Well, we are live on LinkedIn, which is so much fun because this is an opportunity every Tuesday for people to jump into our conversation. We have a quick 15-minute morning session to bring value and add some value into everyone who's watching's life. So we encourage anyone who's out there trying to meet people, whether they're looking for new sales, looking for new jobs, whatever it may be, people are connecting. And here we are helping people with the human connections on a regular basis. So Bettina, listen, I know you have tons of customers and are helping solve a lot of problems for your customers. So I know with social media, with the pressures of family life, with the pressures of relationships, people are really stressed out and feeling like they're not getting what they need out of life. So are they coming to you with these kind of problems?
Yes, Rachel, yes, they do. Because it's a lot these days. Yeah, it can be a lot. So they come to me feeling drained, feeling frustrated, often also a little bit stuck and lost. Yeah, and not sure and not seeing clearly where to go next or how to get control back towards their lives.
Yeah, but I'm sure lots of people say, I'm not getting the right job. My customers aren't buying from me, and they're blaming their environment. Maybe it's not working. Life isn't working. It's a bad relationship. And what are you finding are some of the big problems when you're talking to people about these expectations and their life? What's really going on?
Yeah, so of course it differs to every person. But very often what's going on is actually that their perspective on their current situation is a very dark tinted one, you could say. So you cannot, like, if you're the blue glasses which we protect our eyes these days from all the screen time, yeah. So they have kind of glasses on which makes everything look kind of dull. Yeah, and they have like this limiting beliefs and this I love this word it's automative negative thoughts. And they're constantly coming into their mind and kind of draining all their energy out of them. And it's left them very, very frustrated, sometimes even angry and resentful. And they feel like they can never reach where they want to go. And they feel very lost and stuck. Yeah, so that's unfortunately very, very true. Yeah.
So this is why people come to you. And I love that you said ants. And I want to go into a little bit more about that, because what does that mean for our viewers? Like, if you're in an automated thought, how did you get there in the first place? How do you know if you're even there? What should we be looking at? We don't learn this in school,
Yeah, we don't. I would love to teach some classes in school. If I would have known what I know now, oh my God, my life would be different. No, just kidding. I love my life. But
right. But we know it now. So that's why I'm like, I want you to share it because you have so much knowledge. I find so amazing and fascinating.
And so how are they created? Are they created so many ways? Yeah. So they're created most of the time when we are little. Yeah. So often it's a misperception of the situation and we kind of feel not good enough or not loved or you feel stupid or whatever we feel. Yeah. And then it may become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. Because if you kind of say to yourself, I'm not good enough, or I'm stupid, or no, people will not listen to me, then you kind of also act in this way. Yeah, so your whole energy is like at the same time, the same thing, what you believe. So if you are a very confident person, you will enter a room like this. Yeah, if you like a very not confident person, you will enter like this, and all your surrounding people will assume, he doesn't know what she's talking about, or he doesn't know what she's talking about, whatever gender you may be. So this makes a very huge difference. So, and when we keep on telling us things like I'm not good enough, I'm stupid, I will never make it, yeah, I'm unloved, or whatever you're going to tell you, and then you take and pick, most of the time people pick a specific scenario, and then they start, and then this draining bad thoughts, the ants are creeping him, like the whole community of ants are coming, yeah, and bringing you down, and then you are left like in a very dark place. It can even go to depression, yeah, so it depends. So it's very, very important to first start with an awareness, like, oh, yeah, it's a negative thought, okay? So the moment you have an awareness, this is the first step of making it shift, okay? Because if you can detect it and you understand that your thoughts are not who you are, they are just thoughts, yeah, and that's it. They come and they go. If you ever meditate, you know what weird stuff comes up, yeah? So, and it's really just a thought, but people kind of cling to them, and then they put like all the ants on top of it, and then becomes this huge darkness around it. And it's then very draining, and it really sucks the light out of people. So when you start with the awareness first, and I said, oh, now I'm having a negative thought, yeah, then it takes away already the power of this thought, yeah, and you can just ask you some simple questions. Is this helpful? Most of the time it's not. So, is it helpful? No, yeah? Does it benefit me in any way, shape or form? Does it benefit anybody else? And if this is all a no, you say thank you, but no thank you. And you just let it go, because it will not help you to go anywhere other than feeling down.
Right. So that self-talk is really important. And I like to differentiate between the conscious and the subconscious, because I think everybody, we have this in common. There's this ego that comes in, and that little voice that starts talking, those negative thoughts of self-doubt, you know, and there's no doubt that if you listen to them, you can fall into a deep, dark tunnel, right? Which ideally, that's what you're preventing clients from really falling into, right? So, and there's no doubt that I think everyone kind of at moments may have that second self-doubt come into their mind and thought, and try to figure out and decipher, how do you tell that voice to shut up? How do you tell it? Shh, I don't want to hear you today. I got to go into a meeting and talk to a customer, and I got to be confident, right? How do I go to a date with someone, you know, that you want to impress, and then all of a sudden start thinking about this little voice coming in, you know? How do you shut it up?
Yeah, there are so many ways. I always say there's many ways to roll. Yeah, so you can do it in lots of different ways. Yeah, but if you would come and work with me, I would actually really tap into when did it all start. So I really like the way to detect the root cause. So when did you start with having this specific thought about, let's say, I'm not good enough, yeah, or I'm unlovable, or whatever you have. When did it actually start, and most importantly, how is it serving you? Because you keep it also for a reason, yeah. Your subconscious mind always wants to keep you safe, and you will not have like a negative thought without a reason. So you need to understand, when did it started, so where is it coming from, yeah, and why are you keeping it? And the moment we detect that, then you will be able to let it go and shift it, yeah, on a subconscious level.
Great. I mean, I love this. And I love Amar. We already shared. He said, awesome. So he was really excited about this topic today. I want to invite anyone else that's listening to our live to come on in, move your questions, chat in our chat so that Bettina can answer them for you while she's here. This is a super, super wonderful time and a great moment to just kind of take advantage of her knowledge so that you can maybe see something in your life that may be that you want to address and maybe try to overcome. Because I love this quote that Bettina, you say, you can't change who you were, but you can change who you are. And there's no doubt there is a movement of consciousness that basically people can make that change and really take responsibility rather than blaming the outside world, you know, about their environment. Would you agree?
Yeah, completely. I completely agree. So to put it in a
maybe you could take us.
Sorry?
Yeah, go for
I
it.
think
Go ahead.
you were. It's okay. So what is very important about also this blaming factor is also that the more you start blaming your circumstances, the less you are in control, and the less you're gonna feel drained. Okay. So the more you feel drained because you feel out of control, it's like it's a stream in the wrong direction. Yeah. So what you need to work on is, first of all, your perspective on the situation. Let's say a client comes in blaming, being frustrated with his work, yeah, very upset, yeah, feeling helpless, frustrated, and hates it, yeah. But he also needs to go there to make ends meet, yeah, because we all need kind of money to live this life, yeah. That's for sure. But the moment you start actually working on the perspective of the person feeling so helpless, frustrated, and angry about the whole thing, and show him like a different perspective of how to see the good things about the job, let's say a steady income, which actually gives the life, yeah, perhaps if you work in a big corporation, lots of learning opportunities. That was the case in one of my clients, yeah, so there was a lot of opportunity to work on, and also to see it as a challenge. If you cannot come along with your boss, yeah, that means you can learn some tools, some communication tools, some boundary tools, yeah, about your own self for personal growth, to actually be able to deal with this kind of boss or the co-workers or whoever it might be, yeah. So if you shift your perspective and start seeing the opportunities, yeah, instead of the blame and the shame towards others and your circumstances, and let go of this victimized kind of energy, you get so much control back, yeah, and then people become really creative. The moment they let go of this negative perspective, they start feeling in control of their lives again, and then they start becoming creative again. And the moment creativity kicks in, there's so much fun, yeah, because we all love to be creative in one way or the other, yeah, and it doesn't matter what subject it could be. It doesn't have to be art. You can be an accountant and become creative of how you do accounting. Doesn't matter, yeah, everything is kind of creation. And the moment you feel this control kicking back in, yeah, it's like a bad kind of shadow is lifted.
Incredible. Well, I know that I want to leave our viewers with some tips, some top tips of things they can implement the minute this session ends, and they can go back into their life and start looking at some of these things to start that shift from happening. You know, a lot of people are doing physical health constantly. You see it everywhere surrounded. It's a lot of pressure in the media, from skinny to weight loss drugs on down. But I feel like there's a lack of the mental fitness part, which is the most important, right? We hear a lot of negative stuff, but I want to help and be that, catalyst for a more positive look at that. And I know you're doing incredible things. So let's start with the first tip. What would you say is the first thing people can do after this live that they can start this journey to help their own mental fitness?
Yeah, so of course what we already talked about is external blame. Yeah, so really work on this external blame and see and take responsibility for the circumstances you are in, okay? The moment people start actually seeing that they chose this life they are in, there's this beautiful sentence of, every choice in your life brought you exactly to this moment where you are right now. So it's your choices who brought you here, not somebody else's choices, yeah? So the moment you understand that, take ownership and self-responsibility, yeah, you can get your control back and make different choices if you don't like your life. Yeah, there's always a possibility. Of course, they all have consequences and you have to weigh them. And with the consequences comes the values. So you really, really, really need to know your values. And unfortunately, out in the outer world right now, people talking successful, and the only thing they're talking about is having a lot of money. But this is not what success looks like for lots of people. So success means to feeling blissful, feeling grateful, feeling fulfilled. Waking up in the morning and being happy that I'm alive, yeah? This is a form of success, yeah? It doesn't always have to be linked with like financial success or like becoming a multi-millionaire, yeah? Yes, for some people it is, and I'm not saying that's wrong, it's amazing. But for lots of people, it's not, yeah? They have other values. They want to be, helping others, or becoming a great friend, or being a great mom, or whatever it is. Yeah, it's different for everybody. So the moment you understand your values, yeah, you can see where am I aligned on my values, where's my life directly on my values, and where is it not. And the moment your life is not on value and you don't spend enough time on your values, which are truly important towards yourself, yeah, the more drained and stressed you are, because it's stressful to not living on your values. So I really can just put it out there, say know your values, because the moment you know your values, you know who you are, and you can work towards it. And also the owning the responsibility. A lot of people just like to blame others, yeah, so they don't feel any guilt and shame towards their own mistakes. Own your guilt, own your shame, yeah. Everybody does mistakes. Name me one person who didn't. Yeah, it doesn't exist. Yeah, so therefore own your mistakes, learn from them, and next move on.
Cool. So I like it. I want to just repeat, own your mistakes, learn from them, move on. You know, if you need to learn about them, I love what you're offering today to the community. So I'm going to put it here so that everyone can see it in the chat. Bettina has extended a complimentary quiz to understanding your value and really uncovering your personal happiness. You got to know your values. So check out the link that's attached, blumenkey.com/contact #me/ and just type in the subject line value, and she will send you this great quiz that you can uncover that and really align with what you need to do. Bettina, we've gone over a minute, so quick and easy. You have been valuable and you've shared some valuable tips. I hope everyone has appreciated you and your expertise. I know that I have, and I love to have you in my energy field. So thank you so much for being here and helping my users connect so that they can make better decisions in business.
Thank you, Rachel, for having me. It was so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.